Hey guys, this is Brett coming at you from the 2010 Ford Flex. This is how I get from A to B, and this is the second video that we've shot from here, although this is the first one we're shooting using this tripod, #dashcam. So we're in the parking lot of the Ahwatukee AMC, and the reason we're shooting this video today is because we went to see Rogue One. It was an early birthday celebration for cameraman extraordinaire Matthew, who is sitting to my left. And the other reason we're shooting this video is because the Ahwatukee AMC, like just about every AMC theater in the United States, has recently been renovated. One of the biggest changes now is they have assigned seating. So when you go to a big film like Rogue One, you don't have to worry about, standing in line and doing all this nonsense. You can simply do what we did yesterday, which is purchase your tickets in advance, and you can either get them sent to you on your phone, or you can do what we did, which is just pick them up at the theater, and then you don't have to worry about elbowing people for a seat or who's going to go where, because it's printed right there on the ticket, which when you're going to a random movie on a Tuesday night, it's kind of lame, but when you're going to a big blockbuster on opening weekend, pretty solid. The other thing that's interesting about the theater now is they have seats that are very plush and actually recline. And all the accessible seating in Auditorium 11, which is where we saw Rogue One, was up toward the front. So that'd be kind of my the only interesting fact is that even if you get your tickets in advance, it seems to be very limited seats that will accommodate chairs, and they do seem very, kind of close to the screen. But all in all, it is a spectacular viewing experience. And the other cool thing about this theater, for those of you who enjoy this kind of thing and are 21 years of age or older, you can now get a beer at the Ahwatukee AMC, which is awesome. Now, I don't do that, because last thing you want to do, or at least the last thing I want to do, is have a couple barley sodas and then all of a sudden you're rolling to the bathroom every 10 minutes. Not cool. Now, I briefly want to talk about Rogue One. Rogue One tells the story of how the Rebel Alliance got the plans that ultimately allowed Skywalker in both the first Star Wars and Return of the Jedi to, you guessed it, blow up the Death Star. So one of my favorite film critics, Bob Mondello, does a lot of work on NPR. I think he also is a critic for the LA Times. He had a review that came out, I think I heard it today or yesterday, said the plot was a little thin. And, it is. It basically tells one single story. It basically tells how the Rebel Alliance talked an engineer into building the Death Star. They did that by essentially kidnapping his family. His daughter got away, etc., and ultimately avenges his death. I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but I will say this. It's spectacular. The other thing I want to tell you is check out the new review of the Ahwatukee AMC on brettapproved.com. That's going to be up probably midweek next week. They've really done a wonderful job in terms of accessibility. And in closing, I hope everybody has a great weekend. And as always, keep rolling.